Hi, it's Nick Fundytus from Ottawa, Ontario, and this is my Nick Answers Reddit feature, and it is October 10th, 2023. So today's question is a really good and straightforward one, and it comes from user Strange Tangelo 8405 on Reddit. The question is, how do homeowners typically manage risks associated with vacant properties? So do they hire someone to conduct property checks? Many insurance companies do require property checks to be conducted each week when the property is vacant. So this is something I'm familiar with, so this is why I am answering this here. So the route that any homeowner may go, and to the user here, the route you may decide to go is going to depend on A, whether this is a property that you are holding that happens to be vacant, or if it's a property that you're keeping, either to rent, renovate, or simply to hold, that happens to be vacant for the moment. How close you live to the property is a factor too, and how much time you have in your schedule. And again, how much you want to handle liability. So if you're listing the property, for example, and you've already moved, your realtor might do these things for you, either included in the listing or hourly for a per rate or a per visit rate. So my team and I have done this for some of our purchasing clients and our listing clients as well. We do this from time to time. It's not, ideally we don't. It's not really our focus to do property management, but we did it recently for a buyer from Toronto who bought a property up here in Ottawa, and we knew that they weren't going to be moving in for a couple of months. So we checked on it once a week and we just documented what was in there. So we fulfilled the insurance requirements for a vacant property. For a rental, if you are not self-managing or if you don't live in town, this is a good idea to hire a property manager for it. Here in Ottawa, the going rate seems to be 5 to 6% of the rent. That's going to vary depending on where you live, although it's probably not going to vary too much. And if that's to manage a tenanted listing, and if it's a vacant listing, they're probably going to charge you a flat fee per month to make sure that they can get their property visits in. The nice thing about having a property manager is that there is a paper trail. So this is good for your insurance. This is good for liability if anything happens. They usually have a sign-in sheet so that if there's an incident, there's documentation to show your insurer. If you do decide to do your own visits, create a checklist of what you check at each site. So, go from bottom to top is what I usually do. You check in the basement for any signs of water. You check for any site of kind of moisture infiltration, windows that have been left open that shouldn't be. If the property is winterized, make sure that your water is off and all those kind of things. And then work your way up through the house and just look for, mainly you're looking for evidence of moisture, pests, anything that might suggest that somebody has been around the house on the outside, kind of peering in the windows. You don't want to leave yourself open to break-ins and stuff like that. But create a checklist for yourself and a sign-in sheet for the house. I know that may feel kind of silly if you're checking on the house yourself, but really paper trail is what you're looking for here. If you do happen to be in the capital region, Praetorian and Sleepwell are two property managers that I really like. I know the management at Praetorian in particular, and they're fantastic. So that is all. I hope you have a good experience with your property management or with your vacant listing there. And if you have any other questions, just send them my way. We answer questions every week. And if you're interested in the types of things that we answer here on Reddit, it's also a good idea just to follow us on YouTube or on our site at nickfundytus.ca. There you go. Take care.